Good evening out there in television land. This once again is me, and that is you. That's how we know each other. And this is the Eclectic Mind. And with me this evening I have once again the ever lovely, ever talented, ever blonde, my faithful Indian companion, Tanta. Hello, Jody. How are you, darling?
I'm fine. How are you?
This is Jody. This is Jody. Okay. Now, this evening, kiddies.
We have an interesting show tonight.
We do?
Yes.
How come you didn't tell me?
Don't you ever feel panicky?
Me?
You feel like you're going to go crazy?
I never panic! You don't? Never! Are you crazy? Alice? Anyhow, the show we have this evening, kiddies, is going to be based on panic attacks. Have you ever been trapped in a tight, dark area, not able to move, not able to reach out and stretch your arm? We have with us this evening, kids, somebody that suffers from panic disorders. I'd like to go right in and introduce, and by the way, before I introduce the lovely Suzanne, this is a live, as opposed to a dead, call-in show. So the number will flash up on the screen. Give us a call, you got a question. And now, I would like to introduce the lovely and talented, ever calm, ever gentle, Suzanne. You could come in now.
Hi. Hello there.
Hello, darling.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Kiss, kiss. Hollywood kiss.
Hollywood kiss, lipstick.
Anyhow, so, first of all, I don't understand much about any of this. Tell me, what is a panic disorder? What is a panic attack? Are they the same, or tell me, help me out.
Okay, you've got anxiety, general anxiety, which I think most people have felt during certain times in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, you can go up another step and have a panic disorder, which is something that you would live with your whole life. It could be a chemical imbalance.
Now, how does it manifest itself?
Well,
I mean, how do you feel? What do you...
There's different symptoms with different people. People feel like they have feelings of unreality, they're losing their mind, they need to get out, they're in a crowded room, it's like being trapped in an elevator for 24 hours and no one's there to call or help you. And this is how you get to feel until you're out of the situation.
Aha.
But in the condition of a panic disorder, you have this feeling 24 hours a day.
Can you imagine that?
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. But now, is that how it manifested itself with you? Is that how you felt? Like you had to run out? Or is it, how did it affect you?
Well, it began when I was 18 years old, and it affected me instantly. It just came on instantly and very violently.
Was there something that precipitated it?
No, there was nothing that precipitated it. It was in the age group where it usually starts with women. Between 18 and 26, it begins with women normally. There are men that suffer from this. We have Donny Osmond, who's spoken about this recently, which has been a real help to the community that suffers on this, because it's anytime you have a mental health issue, it's quote, quote, very, very embarrassing, because people are ashamed. They think they're crazy when they go through this. They think they've lost their mind, and they're not. Well, I think that generally the crazy ones are the ones that don't know they're crazy.
Okay.
Or think they're not crazy.
Kim Basinger had the problem. Robert Blake had the problem. Barbara Streisand.
Really?
Yeah.
And
go on and on
now
and on
these
and
are celebrity upfront people.
Right.
Do they panic in front of an audience? How does it manifest itself in all these people? I mean, Kim Basinger, what is she?
I don't know
how do you
hers
know?
started. I know how
do
Donny
you know?
Osmond. His
Really?
just happened after like 20, 25 years of performing all the time. He was doing a show in New York, and he couldn't even go on stage. I mean, he froze. He thought he was going nuts.
How has it affected you?
Well, you feel.
I mean, has there been a direct effect? Somebody said to you, Suzanne, get on a plane and come to New York, and you say, no way.
At one point in my life, there was a 10-year period where I could not be left alone. This was before any medication in the, let's say, began when I was 18, 70s, and then late 70s. And then during that time, they started with the MAO inhibitors, which did not work on me, and I went down to a 76 pounds. So that was,
wow.
And yeah,
How tall are you?
5'11".
76 pounds. Oh my God.
Wow.
I didn't sleep.
You would look like you were from Auschwitz.
That's exactly what my father said. Yes.
They're telling me we have a phone call.
Oh, okay, let's
If
bring
I
it on
don't
in.
take this phone call, they're going to be hysterical.
Okay.
Can we get the caller, please? Just bear with me. Bear with me a second. This is God speaking.
Hello, caller.
Hello, caller. Okay. The caller is gone?
They had a panic attack. They had
They
to
had a
hang up.
panic attack. Now, would something like that, I mean, suddenly
Yes.
talk, that would cause a panic attack?
Yes, they would feel, anytime they feel trapped, like you cannot get out of a certain situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be as mild as that.
Well, do you feel now that we're probing and asking you questions under the hot lights, you're going to have a panic attack? We could make television history here.
No, when you have panic attacks, it's a quiet thing.
Oh, really?
I got,
Are you waving at me, or do we have
Yeah,
another
we got
call?
a call.
Yeah, you got a call.
Hi, caller.
Hey, listen,
What's your name, sir?
my name's Joe Lozano.
Okay, and do you also have panic attacks, or do you have a question?
I have had them in the past.
And yeah,
They're not a joke. Let me tell you that right now.
really?
They are not a joke. There's some people in this world that I do not like, and I would not wish this on them.
Really?
You ever feel like jumping out of your skin?
Yes.
Okay, that's one of the feelings that you get.
When you shake, like internally.
Internally, and you don't know which way to run.
You're scared.
You know what kept me sane?
What?
Working. I worked myself through a big, long period of this madness, and you have no control over it.
How are you now?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thanks to God.
Did you use any kind of medication?
Yes, I did. Yes,
So
I did.
it was caused by a chemical imbalance?
I got a heat stroke in Eclectic when we did a movie called Losing It with Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And the heat was 130 degrees.
Yeah.
I got a heat stroke over there.
Right.
And one day I'm having breakfast and my throat closed up.
Wow.
Couldn't eat no more.
So the heat stroke was like the first time you experienced it?
I think that's what triggered it.
Okay, and then after that, how often would you get these attacks?
Oh man, it can be 3 times a day. It could be all day.
Really?
It could be 10 minutes. You never knew. It was like you were looking around to see if anybody was looking at you. And like you want to cry for help, but how do they help your mind?
Yeah, right. It's all internal.
You can cut yourself on your hand and it'll heal, but how do you heal your mind?
How did you get help?
Through my doctors. I talked to them, and I opened up. Hey, I've cried because of these things.
Yeah, and
I'm
I
ashamed
hear
to
you.
tell you.
It takes, I guess you'd say, no pun intended, it takes a big man to step up and say, wait a minute, I got something going on I don't understand. Right. You could deal with a broken arm a lot easier.
Exactly, and I've dealt with that before, and
Yeah.
that was no big deal. Yes. You put a cast on it, you're on your way. 6 weeks later, you take it off, and it's done.
Yeah.
But this animal is something nobody understands until they've had it.
Wow.
And I hope they never do.
Yeah. Anyhow, thank you for the call.
Well, you're quite welcome.
Take care.
I'd be curious to know how many people have this disorder, how common it is.
it's very, very common. I haven't really read the last stats, but I know it's over 20 million Americans.
Oh, wow.
I think a lot of people don't really even know. If you said it starts with anxiety, based on what's going on today, who of us is not under some stress or anxiety at some time? I mean, you know, if you look at people that financially have problems, you know, with their money, so that's stress. But then you look at people like how much financial stress and how much problems could a celebrity like Streisand, does she worry about the next rent check? I mean, it doesn't happen, but yet, you know, I guess everybody has their own little box that they live in.
Sure.
Well, you might think that maybe Barbara Streisand doesn't think that, but we don't know. I can't feel your pain, you can't feel my pain.
Yeah, right.
I believe that she was terrified to go on stage, but I'm sure she had other issues in her life that led to this.
Yeah, right.
I know that, I believe she's had death threats a lot in her
really?
life. Yeah, being an entertainment, and I know working with Omar Sharif and the clash between the governments in the Middle East, and definitely, and you know, the entertainers get all the nuts.
Oh yeah, you always have
So, I mean, that would not, I
to. She
would
gets
not.
all the nuts.
She is nuts.
And she's not much, and we're not much of entertainers, but you know, she's been harangued and harassed, mostly by me, of course.
When I get panic attacks, it's on the freeway. And it's
Really?
at night, yes, and I've had to sometimes get off. I mean, I'm like ready to hyperventilate.
Really?
Yeah, that's happened many times to
Keep
me.
a bag in the car to breathe in.
I should do that.
Yeah.
I think we have a call, don't
Do we have a call?
Yes, we do.
It's your turn to take the
Hello.
call.
Hello there.
A lot of people get panic attacks knowing that they have to go somewhere like to a hospital or something or to a doctor.
That's true. Do you have that problem?
Yeah, I don't go.
That'll solve it. The dentist. The dentist
That's
is
another one.
dentist
Or
is-
court.
court.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, the unfamiliar. I mean, how many of us spend a lot of time in court? You know, there's a certain amount of anxiety even to go to court for a traffic ticket.
Well, you can't exactly walk out on a judge. A judge is not going to be very happy with that.
No, that's true.
So that's a very confined
What was the
space.
worst situation? Caller, what was the worst panic attack you ever had, the worst situation?
I think just going to visit people in the hospital or going to a doctor. Because oftentimes when they take your blood pressure and they say it's high, it's because people are just anxious. So a lot of times they can never get a true reading on blood pressure,
Yeah.
especially if people do not go to a doctor very often.
I heard that when women see their gynecologists, that's when the blood pressure can really go up. And I'm not being funny, that is true.
Yeah.
There's a nervousness there.
Well,
with that
I would.
kind of a doctor.
Well, you know, I think part of that problem for having an adverse reaction to going to a doctor is bad news.
Yeah,
you're
you're afraid of
going
what they're
there.
going to say.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're going to be examined usually for some problem. If, like, for instance, you go to a gynecologist and you haven't been there in months, well, you know what, I spotted a little bit, and maybe he's going to tell me, and I got ovarian cancer, and I'm ready to jump out of a window. I personally have never had ovarian cancer, but I mean,
And I don't think you'll get it.
You'll never
thank God. So I've got that one beat.
You got that beat.
But thank you for the call, caller. She's gone? Was it something I said?
Do we have another one?
I think the point
I'm sorry.
Oh, excuse me. I think that the point that the gentleman said about you don't like some people and that you would not wish it on your worst enemy is very true.
Really?
I have met a few people in life who haven't been quite nice, and you just wouldn't wish this on your worst enemy. It's such an awful, horrible disease.